An entrepreneur is like that untraditional guy. He's got a scrap, and he's the street fighter. He's the person out there that is taking a leap without a lot of safety nets. You want to try to utilize as many things as you can to help give you a chance to be successful. That ability to be hit 12 times and get up 13. And that's really what selling in an open market is all about, is being able to persevere. And maybe that's where my baseball career was very helpful.
Long drive, left field, way back, at the fence is Kemp. It is gone, a home run. Andre Thornton is number 13. He gets 3 RBIs.
Andre Thornton is the owner of Global Promotions and Incentives, based in Cleveland, Ohio. Andre started out as a professional baseball player, spending the last 11 years of his career with the Cleveland Indians. After retiring from the big leagues, he took on the challenge of running a business, starting with managing a chain of Applebee's restaurants and eventually establishing his own business, GPI Procurement Services.
As an entrepreneur, I found that my lifeblood is my network of assets. The more we're able to utilize the network around us, and for a young person starting out, understand the importance of that, it's like gold to you. When I left professional sports in 1987, 3 of us put together a plan to own a restaurant management company. The 3 of us all wanted our first stores to be in Orlando, Florida, or Miami, or some of those other glamorous spots, which we could not get. What was offered to us was a territory in and around the St. Louis market. We then went on to have constantly stores in the top 10% and many times in the top 5% of all the Applebee franchise stores throughout the country. And then 6 years later, for various reasons, Applebee's decided to buy us out. That helped me understand how business could be a tool I could use to grow wealth. Not money, but wealth. And there's a difference between the two. Wealth is an assortment of assets, whereas money is just one asset. At the end of the day, I may have money. The other is I have money, but I've also invested it into something that now becomes an asset of mine. When we sold our restaurant management company, as I was looking for other opportunities that might come available, this was an industry which I knew a great deal about, and it was an industry that in many ways went under the radar because people don't think of it as an industry that generates a lot of dollars. But it's a $16+ billion industry. So the timing, the business opportunity, knowing the industry, the market forces, all of those things just converge to create the right time to be able to enter into this business.
GPI Procurement Services is a procurement management company serving 3 major business sectors: financial, healthcare, and business and industry. GPI provides a variety of products and services, including promotional and incentive programs for small and large corporations, along with uniforms and hospital apparel for the medical industry.
And our major asset is our ability to design programs around these areas, source product around these areas, manage the processes around these areas, and to bring cost efficiency.
Originally a promotion and incentive company, GPI evolved into a procurement management company thanks to market demands as well as market opportunities.
10 years ago, 15 years ago, you had each line of business buying from its own vendor, companies start to realize that I'm losing time, I'm losing money, not having a good management system in place. So even in an industry that people had considered to be tchotchke, trash and trinkets or whatever, now all of a sudden they're realizing they're spending millions of dollars in this area. So now they have to get control around that. What is it that we're going to have to do to make ourselves distinctive? As a minority vendor in a very controlled and restrictive type of industry, which does not have many minority suppliers, we source and compete globally. We ship globally. We have the ability to manage million-dollar and multi-million-dollar programs. We have the ability to inventory multi-million-dollar programs. So those things give us some distinctiveness in the marketplace.
GPI's procurement expertise has allowed them to offer increasingly more services to their clients.
Yes, we started as a promotional company, an incentive company. That's where our roots are, and what that did was, in growing that relationship, led us to other opportunities where in a promotional industry we're going to do a lot of clothing. And for companies that have a lot of quantity, we're going to be able to do that clothing overseas in factories in different countries. And a few of our clients have said, well, since you can do this type of manufacturing for this type of product, can you take that and find something else for us that applies to our business? That's driven us in lots of different directions. Hence, we end up as a procurement company. If you need it, we can find it. We have the connections, and that's how the company continues to grow in the fashion and at the speed that we have been growing.
Where we try to be creative is in the areas where the larger companies cannot or will not change in the way in which they do business. Large companies are, first of all, terrible in most cases in customer service. They are very arrogant and hard to deal with many times. Their pricing sometimes is unflexible. We can have a distinctiveness in all of those other areas which our larger competition can't change. We can be flexible in terms of our customization. We can be flexible in terms of our pricing. We can be flexible in terms of our terms. And we certainly can be much better in customer service and in customer satisfaction. There is a correlation between business and sports, and that's why you see the analogies so often between sports and business. Whenever you're dealing with a number of people that are trying to accomplish a single thing, that is the definition of a team. You have to get people to focus on that objective, and then how do you get them to perform toward that objective? And you also have to realize that the goal sometimes is not achieved until after a very long journey. You can't get down when the business cycle all of a sudden hits a downturn, or you can't get too excited or lose focus when all of a sudden it hits an upturn. So you have to keep your objective in mind. Well, diversity is an issue that is here and here to stay. We have a tendency not to want to think back to just 40 years ago when things were totally different within this country. And to think that, there aren't changes that have to be made. As a minority businessman, I have to be very realistic. All of the market is not going to be receptive to me. The market already has myths about, well, they're second rate, they don't have enough financing, their product quality is not good, I can't trust them, their people don't know their product. Those are things which are out there that we have to face, and women face that. Other minorities face that. Small businesses face that. Those are the things that you have to come to grips with. You can't deny them. Many times I will prepare a presentation to discredit those myths in the minds of our potential clients right from the very beginning, so that they know right away that we can and do service large and national and global clients.
Hello, I'm doing. How are you doing? I'm doing great.
What's driving the changes today more than anything else is the demographics, because business will always be urged along by business pressures. Okay, altruism and because I'm going to do this because I like you, that sounds good, but that doesn't really drive business. Business pressures drive business people. We're in a global world that's demographically changing. The fastest growing populations in America clearly are not the majority of what it is today. And as a business person, you're thinking about the markets that you're going to have 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I really enjoy the aspects of building, competing, working with people, seeing clients satisfied, coming through in the clutch. All of those things that I enjoyed on a baseball field, when you hit a walk-off home run, get a walk-off hit. You work hard, you're on a 10-game winning streak. I enjoy the success of it. I want to be successful. I want it to mean something. I want to enjoy it while I'm doing it. I want it to have some sort of impact. I want other people to enjoy it with me.